Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Hope you all are fit and fine. Well, children, this is the first video of Class 6 History, Chapter 7 Ashoka, the Emperor who gave up war. Children, have you ever noticed lions on your currency notes and coins? These lions were carved in stone and placed on top of a massive stone pillar at Sarnath. This stone pillar at Sarnath was built during the reign of Ashoka, who was one of the greatest rulers known in history. The kingdom that he ruled was called an empire. An empire consists of several kingdoms or states that have been brought under the control of a single ruler. So this empire, which was the first empire in the subcontinent, was founded by Ashoka's grandfather Chandragupta Maurya more than 2300 years ago. Therefore, it is called Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta Maurya was supported by Chanakya or Kautilya, who was a very wise man. We know about many of Chanakya's ideas through his book named Arthashastra. In the Mauryan Empire, there were some prominent cities. As you can see them in the map here, they are marked with black dots. These cities included Pataliputra, which was the capital city of the empire and the main center of all political activities and administration. The city of Takshila in the northwest, which was the gateway to northwest including Central Asia, and the city of Ujjain in the central India, which was on the way from north to south India. Perhaps merchants, officials of the empire, and craft persons lived in these cities. Besides, there were villages of farmers and herders. In central India, there were forests where people hunted animals and gathered forest produce. The empire was a very large area, and in different areas of the empire, there was a lot of difference in people's language, food, and clothes. Now, let's see how are empires different from kingdoms. So, first point of difference, you can say empires are larger than kingdoms. Second, empires are ruled by emperors while kingdoms are ruled by kings, or in the other words we can say the ruler of the empire is called emperor and the ruler of the kingdom is called king. Third point, emperors need more resources as they have to look after large areas and need big armies to protect empire in comparison to kingdoms. Fourth point of difference, emperors need a larger number of officials who collect taxes, while kings need a less number of officials for collecting taxes. The Mauryan Empire was very large, therefore different areas of the empire were ruled in different way or different manner. For example, the area around Pataliputra. As Pataliputra was the capital city, it was under the direct control of the emperor. The emperor appointed officials to collect taxes from those farmers, herders, craftspersons, and traders who lived in villages and towns in the area around Pataliputra. These officials also had the authority to give punishment to those people who disobeyed the orders of the emperor. In most of the cases, these officials used to get salaries. To keep a check on these officials, there were spies who used to inform the emperor about officials' work. Above all, the emperor himself supervised them all, and in this task, he used to get help from the members of the royal family and his senior ministers. Then there were some provinces. Every province had its provincial capital, such as Takshila or Ujjain. These provinces had some control from the capital city Pataliputra, and royal princes used to go to these provinces in the capacity of governors. Still, quite often, local rules and customs were followed in these provinces. Children, between these centers, there were large areas where Mauryan emperors tried to control roads and rivers. Why? Because roads and rivers were important not only for transport but also to collect resources in the form of tax and tribute. From Arthashastra, we get to know that the northwest area was important for blankets and South India was important for gold and precious stones. It is considered that perhaps the collection of these resources was done in the form of tribute. Besides, there were forested regions too. People who lived in these forested regions were mostly independent, but they were supposed to provide Mauryan officials with elephants, timber, honey, and wax. Children, Ashoka is considered the most famous Mauryan ruler. He was the first ruler who tried to take his message to the people by inscribing them on rocks and pillars. Most of his messages were in Prakrit language and were written in the Brahmi script. Children, most modern Indian scripts have developed from the Brahmi script over hundreds of years. Ashoka is regarded as one of the greatest rulers of the world. Ashoka tried to extend the Mauryan Empire, and for that, he fought and conquered many battles and wars. He finally turned his attention to the kingdom of Kalinga, the ancient name of coastal Odisha. In 261 BCE, he fought a war to conquer Kalinga. But the violence and bloodshed in the battlefield filled Ashoka with so much horror and dismay that he decided not to wage war again. In this way, we can say that Ashoka was the only king who gave up conquest after winning a war. Now let's try to understand about Ashoka's Dhamma. Children, Dhamma is the Prakrit word for the Sanskrit word Dharma. He did not believe, that means Ashoka did not believe in the worship of a god or in performing a sacrifice. He felt that it was his duty to instruct his subjects like a fatherly figure, and for that he did many tasks. He was inspired by the teachings of Buddha. As we have already learnt that he had a very vast empire where people followed different religions. So children, this difference many a times led to conflict. Animal sacrifice was also common. Slaves and servants were ill treated. Not only that, even the people had quarrels in families and amongst neighbors. Ashoka felt that it was his responsibility to solve all these problems prevailing in his empire. For this, he appointed officials called Dhamma Mahamata. These officials' task was to teach people about his Dhamma. Moreover, Ashoka also got his messages inscribed on rocks, pillars, and caves in people's common language, Prakrit, written in Brahmi script, as I mentioned earlier also, and instructed his officials that if someone could not read them, the officials should read aloud these messages for them. He even sent messengers to different lands such as Syria, Egypt, Greece, and Sri Lanka in order to spread his Dhamma. During his reign, he built roads, dug wells, planted trees, built rest houses, etc., for his subjects, for the welfare of his subjects. He also built hospitals and created public gardens for medical herbs so that medical treatment could be provided for both humans and animals. That's all about the chapter. Now, here are some questions for you to revise the topic once again. First question is, mention any three important cities of the Mauryan Empire. Why were they famous? Second question, mention main features of the ruling system or administration of the Mauryan Empire. Third question, write a short note on Ashoka's war in Kalinga. Fourth question, write a short note on Ashoka's Dhamma. Children, if you found this video helpful and wish to watch more of such content, do consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you have any queries or comments, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.